Want to mute me again?
Now batting number 6, second.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Apologies for the technical problems there. I believe we got it all figured out now. But while we were away, Auburndale scored the first run of the inning, first run of the game here in the top of the first. So it's 1-0. Auburndale leads. Again, both teams coming into this one undefeated on the season, tied at the top of the conference, at the top of the Marewood South Conference, that is.
Leading off for Assumption, number 3, catcher Kristen Casey.
Now Assumption up to bat, and leading off for Assumption is catcher Kristen Casey. Pitch 1 is a strike. Out on the mound for Auburndale is Ashlyn Grimm. So 0-1 the count. As that one is shot down the third base line, and it's fair. So Casey's going to have a double, it looks like. And she will hold up at second. So Kristen Casey with a leadoff double for the Royals, and that brings up shortstop Sammy Nelson, number 1. Again, so Auburndale up 1-0 here in the battle of the undefeateds. That one's outside for ball 1 to Nelson. That one's past the catcher, and Casey will advance to third. That'll be ball 2, 2-0 the count. Casey on third. The Royals in position to tie this thing up, and that one's outside for ball number 3. So 3-0 the count. Grimm on the mound. Nelson at bat. That one's low and away for ball 4, and Nelson will take her base. That puts runners at first and third.
Second baseman Kendall Schmidt.
So runners at first and third. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Auburndale leads 1-0. And that brings up Kendall Schmidt. Schmidt, the second baseman. That one's outside for ball 1. And meanwhile, Nelson easily steals second. Nobody on the Auburndale side saw her there. Just nonetheless, Nelson advances to second. And it's 1-0 the count to Schmidt. That one's down the middle for strike number 1. Kendall Schmidt, the lefty, out at second base for the Royals. That's in there for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to Kendall Schmidt. That's a big swing and a miss from Schmidt and a strikeout for Grimm.
Now batting number 6, right fielder Sadie.
So that's out number 1 here in the first inning. That brings up Sadie Galbraith. That's ball 1. Runners at second and third to Galbraith. As she bunts that one down, that'll be fouled off. 1-1 the count. So 1-1 the count to Galbraith. 1 down, runners at second and third here in the bottom of the first. As she checks her swing there for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. It's a swing and fouled off to the right. That ties the count up at 2-2. Again, runners at second and third. It's Casey at third, Nelson at second. Auburndale coming off scoring that 1 run in the top of the first. The Royals looking to answer with Galbraith at the plate. That's low for ball 3. The count runs full. You also have Assumption Auburndale baseball going on as that one's fouled back as Galbraith stays alive. 3-2 the count, but we also have Auburndale Eagle and Assumption Royal baseball live on Zaleski Sports right now as well. So have both games going, find a way to watch these games. That one shot down the first baseline out into right field, and that's a single for Galbraith. Casey scores and Nelson scores, so Galbraith with a single and 2-run score.
Now batting number 10, pitcher Ava Schill.
So the Royals quickly take the lead back from the Eagles. And that one shot out into left center, and that was Ava Schill with, it'll be a double. Runner coming home, and she will get there. So Ava Schill with the double brings Galbraith all the way home for score number 3. Again, a double for Schill.
Now batting number 12, third baseman Malia Colo.
That brings up third baseman Malia Colo, number 12. So the Royals off to a blazing hot start here in the bottom of the first, as that's a swing and a miss from Colo for strike 1. And Royals lead 3-1 now. After a blink of an eye, that one's low for ball 1. Again, Auburndale Assumption baseball going on right now over at Whitterfield. Auburndale leads that one 1-0 in the top of the second. That's a swing and grounded over to first. We'll see if she can make it to the bag, and she'll be out. So Colo grounds out to first. For out number 2, that brings up left fielder Abby Berard, number 9. As Schill advances to third. That one's way outside for ball one. Runner at third. Count 1-0, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That's inside for ball two. That's right down the middle for strike one to Abby Berard. Again, Schill over at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That's a big swing and a miss from Berard there. Evens up the count at 2-2. That's right down the middle. So Berard struck out, caught looking, and we'll keep it here. We'll keep it here and hear from our friends over at Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm's Garden Center is open. Pick up annuals, perennials, shrubs, and vegetables. Plus, make your yard look great with lawn fertilizers, tools, grass seed, power equipment, lawn mowers, and more. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. And with that, we'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back here on Zaleski Sports right after.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the second inning. As the Eagles put up a run in the first inning, and the Royals answered with 3 of their own. And that one swung on and fouled up, or popped up. And that'll be an out, as that was Caitlin Cunninger, or not Caitlin Cunninger, Keegan Lau, rather, popping out.
Number 14, the designated player, Kylie Frischman.
Now up to bat is designated player Kylie Frischman, number 14. That one's down the middle for strike one to Frischman. 0-1 the count here in the top of the second inning. That's a big swing and a miss from Frischman. 0-2 the count. Again, Auburndale put up a run in the first inning, and then the Royals answered with 3 quick ones to lead by 2 here in the second. That one's way outside for ball one. 1-2 to the count to Frischman. On the mound for the Royals is Christian Casey. Casey on the pitch. That's another big swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Kristen Casey. So 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the second. And that brings up first baseman Kimmy Lundgren. And a big swing and a miss from Lundgren on the first pitch as Casey tosses the fastball right by Lundgren. 0-1 the count. 2 down here in the top of the second. And that one is grounded over to second base, now over to first, and that will do it for the top of the second. We'll take another quick break and be right back with the bottom of the second right after this.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the second inning here in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, with the Auburndale Eagles taking on the Assumption Royals. Royals lead 3-1. Royals put up 3 runs back in that first inning, and they did it quickly. In their first 4 batters, they had the 3 runs. Now that brings up number 14, first baseman Maddie Abbott. Again, it is Ashlyn Grimm out on the mound for the Eagles. That one's high and away for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Abbott. Nobody on, no outs here in the bottom of the second. That's outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Abbott looking for a pitch she can hit. That one she found, but she missed, swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 1 to Abbott. 2-1 the count. And 3-1 the count now. That one's right down the middle for strike 2. It evens up the count at 3-2. And that one's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout from Abbott.
Now batting number 8, center fielder Lydia Smith.
Now up to bat is center fielder Lydia Smits. As she fouls that one off on the first pitch. 0-1 the count to Smits. That one's fouled off virtually in the same spot from Smits. 0-2 the count now. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Smits. Again, 1 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. And that one's right down the middle for a strike, so another strikeout for Ashlyn Grimm for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. And that takes us back to the top of the order with catcher Kristen Casey. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 1 to Casey. Casey had a double her first at bat in the first inning. That one's outside and low for ball number 2. And again, not the only game we got on tonight. We have 4 games live broadcast here tonight on Zaleski Sports. We have Medford Marshfield baseball, Pittsville Pacelli baseball, and then our 2 baseball and softball games here between Auburndale and Assumption here tonight. So be sure to check them all out if you'd like. That one's fouled out over in the left field area. 2-1 the count. Be sure to check out all the games here on Zaleski Sports. Get all the games going on all your devices, as all these games are free only on ZaleskiSports.com. As that one's outside for ball number 3. So 3-1 the count to Kristen Casey. 3-1 the count, nobody on. Assumption leads 3-1 over the Eagles. And that one is grounded over to second base, and Casey will be out at first, and that'll do it for the second inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the third inning, rather. But before we do that, we're going to hear from our friends over at Rapids Sheet Metal. Nobody enjoys being without comfort, even more so on the coldest time of the year. When your furnace is giving you trouble, give the pros at Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling a call for furnace service in Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be there rapidly to figure out and take care of the trouble, and we'll get the comfort working again rapidly. Call Rapids Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling at 715-301-0256. That's 715-301-0256. And also visit online at rapidssheetmetal.com. And we got a couple games broadcast here in Wisconsin Rapids tonight. We got our game here tonight, and Auburndale and Assumption baseball over at Whitterfield here in Wisconsin Rapids. And leading off for Auburndale is number 5, Sam Stanton. As she grounds that one over to second base, and she makes it to first. She beats the throw. So a single for Sam Stanton. That brings up pitcher Ashlyn Grimm. Ashlyn Grimm, number 7 for the Eagles. That one's high for ball 1. Stanton thought about stealing second, stays at first. So 1-0 the count, as that one's popped up and fouled back over by the press box. That evens the count at 1-1. The swing and miss for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Grimm as she tipped that one back, so that'll be an out. For out number 1 here in the top of the third inning, and that brings up number 13, catcher Caitlin Cunninger. And 1 down here in the top of the third inning. Assumption leads 3-1. That one's outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Cunninger. And be sure to check out all the live sports on ZaleskiSports.com. It's all free. Be sure to check it out. That one is shot out into right field. It'll fall fair. So Cunninger will have a single. Cunninger singles and sends Stanton all the way to third. So runners at first and third. It's Stanton at third, Cunninger at first. And that brings up third baseman, number 18, Faith Hofferman. Pitch to Hofferman is a ball. Grimm tried to steal second, and Cunninger rather, steals second. So it's a ball, and Cunninger stealing second for the Eagles. So 2 runners in scoring position for Auburndale as Hofferman faces the 1-0 count. She swings and gets a tip on that, fouls it back. 1-1 the count. That one's outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. And that one's popped up in the infield over to second base, and that'll be caught for out number 2. Runners stay put. That brings up shortstop number 8, Haley Grimm. So we have a pinch runner for the Eagles. It'll be Abby Becker pinch running for Caitlin Cunningham. And Grimm at the plate. Big swing and a miss on a high pitch there from Grimm. And 2 outs, runners at second and third. Eagles trying to tie this game, and a hit from Grimm would most likely do so. That one's popped up and back by our table here and fouled off for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count to Grimm. That one's outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. And runners at second and third. Runners at second and third. 3-1 the score. That one's popped up right back by us. And just about hits us over here, but glides harmlessly under our table. So the count stays at 1-2. That one's outside for ball number 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. As that one's grounded down the third base line, and it'll get through. Runner will score. So Haley Grimm with the single. It brings Stanton home, and it sends Becker over to third. So Eagles with 2 runs now.
Batting number 6, second baseman Georgie Schmutzer.
So 3-2 the count now. That brings up second baseman Georgie Schmutzer. Again, 2 outs, runner at third. The Eagles look to tie this up in the third inning. That's high. Runner at first as well. So runners at third and first. Schmutzer at the plate. 1-0 the count. 0-1 the count, rather. That one's fouled back. 0-2 the count. Schmutzer quickly behind in the count. As pitching for Assumption tonight is Ava Schill, rather. I believe I mistakenly said it was Kristen Casey. It's Ava Schill pitching for Assumption tonight. That one's low for ball one. Runner stealing second, and no throw will be made. So Haley Grimm will head over to second. So again, 2 runners in scoring position for the Eagles. Smuts are facing a 1-2 count. That's a big swing and a miss on a high pitch. And with that, we will take a quick break and be back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1-2-3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1-2-3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
And welcome back, everybody, as we're in the bottom of the third. That's going to be an out. It's going to be an out over in foul territory. 2 outs. Now here in the bottom of the third for the Royals. That brings up number 10, pitcher Ava Schill. That one's outside for ball 1 to Schill. That one's in there for strike 1, evens up the count at 1-1. That one's just high for ball 2, 2-1 the count to Ava Schill. That one's out low and outside for ball number 3. 3-1 now to Schill, runner at first. As that one is shot out into center field, and that'll fall for a single. So a base hit for Ava Schill. Runners at first and second, and that brings up third baseman, number 12, Malia Colo. That's a big swing and a miss from Colo on pitch 1. Again, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second. Colo at the plate. As that hits her in the leg. So she'll take her base. And the bases are loaded. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And that brings up left fielder number 9, Abby Berard. Berard struck out her last at-bat, her first at-bat in the first inning. That's a big swing and a miss from Berard on pitch number 1. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Berard at the plate. That one's high for ball 1. 1-1 the count. And that one is grounded. And that'll be out number 3. And that'll do it for the third inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the 4th inning. Assumption Royals lead the Auburndale Eagles 3-2 rather. Assumption leads. Now leading off here in the 4th for the Eagles is center fielder Keegan Lau. That one's high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Royals lead 3-2. As that one shot out into left field, and it'll be caught. What a catch. What a catch by Abby Berard out there in left field for the Royals. As Lau got a good piece of that one, but nonetheless, that's out number 1.
Now batting number 14, the designated player, Kylie Frischman.
That brings up designated player Kylie Frischman Freshman struck out her first at bat, and that's a strike on pitch 1. That's low for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Kylie Frischman. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Nobody on. That's a big swing and a miss from Frischman. Puts the count at 1-2. As that's right down the middle for strike number 3 as Frischman strikes out looking. Another strikeout.
Now batting number 17.
Another strikeout for Ava Schill. Now batting is Kimmy Lundgren, first baseman. 2 outs. That's a big swing and a miss from Lundgren for strike number 1. It's been 2 up and 2 down so far here in the 3rd, but that was... Eagles were putting up runs back in the 3rd with 2 outs. A run, rather. Just the 1 run in the 3rd inning. So 1-1 the count to Frischman. That's high for ball 2. Again, nobody on. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The Royals lead the Eagles 3-2. That's a big swing and a miss from Lundgren for strike number 2. Count evens at 2-2. That one's grounded over to third base, bobbled, and out at first base. So that'll do it for the top of the 4th. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th right after this.
I really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the 4th inning. But first, we'll hear from our friends over at Draxler Transport. Draxler has flatbed driving opportunities that pay you a 5 cents per mile premium over van. At Draxler Transport, drivers are always home for their requested time off. Draxler Transport is a family-oriented company that treats you like family. Visit DraxlerTransport.com to apply today. And leading off for Assumption is first baseman Maddie Abbott.
Number 14, first baseman Maddie Abbott.
Abbott struck out her first at bat. That one's high for ball 1. That one's way high and over the catcher's glove for ball number 2. Abbott facing the 2-0 count. No outs. That one's right down the middle from Grimm. That one's high and away for ball number 3. 3-1 the count to Abbott. That one's high for ball 4, and Abbott will take her base. Well, that'll bring up center fielder number 8, Lydia Smits. Smith struck out looking her first at bat. That one's grounded, and an errant throw is going to allow Smith to go all the way to second. And it looks like Abbott is going to be out at third. She was past third on her way home. She was halfway home, went back to third, and the umpires called her out at third. They're going to talk about it. But the call on the field was that Abbott was out at third base. We'll see what they decide. It looks pretty close from this angle. I couldn't tell if it was the right call or not. We'll see what they go with. They'll say that she's safe. So they'll overturn it. So they'll say that Abbott's safe at third. So on the errant throw over to first, Abbott reaches third and Smith gets to second on an error. So no outs, runners at second and third, and that brings us, we'll see, looks like we're still having some discussion. Looks like Coach Schulte of the Eagles not happy about it. So we'll have some more discussion.
You couldn't see it anyway. You were in the other dugout. Hey, we're good. Let's go.
So Coach Schulte of the Eagles not happy with the call, but the umpires are going to stick with their overturn call on that one, to the disapproval of Auburndale fans and the approval of the Assumption fans here in Wisconsin Rapids. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Kristen Casey. And that's way high for ball one to Casey. So 1-0 the count. That one's fouled off. The play could be made, and it is made. For out number one, Casey not happy. That one slamming the bat to the ground on that one.
Now batting number one, shortstop Sammy.
That'll be out number one. That brings up shortstop number one, Sammy Nelson. Nelson walked her first at bat. She swings and knocks that one out into left field. That'll be good for at least a base hit. Brings the runner home. Going to bring two runners home. She's going to head all the way to second. So Sammy Nelson with the RBI double, bringing in 2 runs for the Royals.
Second baseman Kendall Schmidt.
So, regardless of what anyone thinks may have been the right call over there at third, that's a big play there nonetheless. Those 2 runners in scoring position. That's a big swing and a miss from Kendall Schmidt, the second baseman up to bat now. So 5-2 the score now. Royals lead. That's ball 2. Or ball 1 rather. 1-1 the count. Runner at second base. It's Nelson over at second. That one's popped up, fouled off. We'll see if that'll have a chance to make a play on it. No, it won't. That'll be over the fence and out of play. So 1-2 the count. That one's grounded over by first base, and that'll be out at first. Yep, out at first for Schmidt for out number 2. That advances Sammy Nelson over to third base. That brings up right fielder number 6, Sadie Galbraith. As pitch 1 is a ball, 1-0 the count. That one is shot out into right field for a foul. 1-1 the count now. Again, both these teams coming in undefeated. Assumption at 7-0, Auburndale at 5-0. So someone's going to walk out of this one with their first loss. That one inside for ball number 2. That's good for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Galbraith. As that one's grounded over to second base, and Galbraith will be out at first, and that'll do it for the 4th inning. And we'll be right back with the top of the 5th right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
Hello everybody and welcome back as we get set to start the top of the 5th inning. But before we do that, we'll hear from Scott Krug at Next Home Partners Realty. According to Scott Krug at Next Home Partners Realty, he has never seen a better time to sell, and home values are at an all-time high. So turn to a trusted voice in the community at the top seller firm. You know, the one with that little orange dog. Scott Krug at Next Home Partners is the best choice for your real estate needs. Scott serves the Wisconsin Rapids and Northern Adams and Juneau County areas. Designations as a senior real estate and a resort second home specialist make Scott a great fit to help you reach your goals. Contact Scott Krug at Next Home Partners for your next move. 'Cause that's a big swing and a miss from leadoff hitter Sam Stanton. Stanton singled back in the 3rd inning. 0-1 the count to Stanton. That's another big swing and a miss on a high pitch. That's high for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Stanton. And that one's fouled back. Stanton staying alive. 1-2 the count. Again, these teams will meet again on Thursday. It's the sort of a mini 2-game series here between the two teams this week. That one's low and inside for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2. That's outside for ball number 3. 3-2 the count to Stanton. That's inside, but called a strike. So Stanton strikes out looking for out number 1 here in the 5th inning, and that brings up pitcher number 7, Ashlyn Grimm. She popped out back in the 3rd inning. There's a big swing and a miss from Grimm on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. So the Eagles went 3 up, 3 down back in the 4th inning, trying to avoid that here in the 5th. That one's outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Grimm. That's low and inside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. And Royals lead 5-2. here in the top of the 5th. And that one's popped up into the infield. Looks like over by second base area, and that'll be out for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. That brings up catcher number 13, Caitlin Cunninger. Cunninger singled back in the 3rd. That one's high for ball 1. It's outside for ball number 2. And that one is shot out into center field, and that'll get down for a single, but it gets past the center fielder, so Cunninger's going to have a double. So Caitlin Cunninger with the double for the Eagles. And that brings up third baseman number 18, Faith Haferman. Haferman popped out back in the 3rd inning. She'll look to bring Cunninger home here as that one's grounded over to shortstop. Can she make the throw to first in time? She can. So that'll do it here for the top of the 5th. We'll take a quick break and be right back here with the bottom of the 5th right after this.
When you get moving again, be safe and ready to go. Use your stimulus or tax return to save up to $150 on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. At Sherrill Tire and Service Center.
Get your car done right.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the 5th inning. As the Assumption Royals lead the Auburndale Eagles 5-2 heading into the bottom of the 5th. And leading off for the Royals is pitcher number 10, Ava Schill. Schill's got a double and a single so far today. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Schill. Runs low and away for ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Schill. So that's going to be strike 1 to Schill. 2-1 the count. That's outside and low for ball 3. 3-1. That one is going to be high for a ball. So that looks like it just missed high in the strike zone. So she'll take her base. So we have a pinch runner. Looks like that's number 5, Jaden Glaza, coming into pinch run.
Number 12, third baseman Malia Kolo.
Now up to bat for the Royals is third baseman number 12, Malia Colo. Colo's got a ground out and a walk so far here tonight. That's a big swing and a miss from Colo on pitch 1. It's 0-1 the count to Colo. That one's going to be strike number 2. So Colo behind 0-2 in the count. Ashlyn Grimm on the mound. That one's shot out into deep right field, and the play can't be made out in right field as the runners are just behind each other, almost past each other, and we'll have an out at third base. So, not Ava Schill, it's Glaza pinch running. She's out at third. She was a little confused. She thought that was going to be caught out in right field. It was not. So Colo really caught up with her quickly, and Schill not able to get to third in time as she's out trying to reach. But Colo is going to have a double. Well, that's a big swing and a miss from Abby Berard. The left fielder now up to bat for Assumption. That one's fouled back. For strike number 2, 0-2 the count to Berard. And Royals up 5-2. Runner at second. One down here. 0-2 the count to Berard. That's going to be high and away for ball 1. That's high and away again for ball number 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. That's low and inside for ball 3. So 3 straight balls thrown as the count evens at 3-2. And checking in over at Whitterfield. Auburndale taking on Assumption. That one is inside for ball 4. So Berard is walked, takes her base. So the Eagles are up on Assumption in baseball. Eagles are up 7-0 on Assumption over at Whitterfield. That one's bunted down, and that'll be an out. As runners didn't tag that, and that'll be an out at second base. So runner did not tag from second. That'll do it for the 5th inning. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th right after this.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the 6th inning. Royals lead the Eagles 5-2 heading into the 6th. And with that, we'll hear from our friends over at Spectrum Benefit. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices in Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, Rapids, Medford, and Spencer. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. As first pitch is called a ball to shortstop Haley Grimm up to bat for Auburndale now. Grimm had a single back in the 3rd. And she pops that one out and fouled off over towards right field. 1-1 the count now. So 1-1 the count to Haley Grimm. Royals leading the Eagles 5-2. That's a big swing and a miss on a high pitch there. So that sends the count to 1-2 here in the top of the 6th. That one's outside for ball 2, evens up the count at 2-2. That one's fouled back. Count stays at 2-2. That one's shot deep out into center field, and it'll be caught out in center field. So Grimm gets a good hit on it, but nonetheless caught out in center field.
Number 6, second baseman Georgie Smutzer.
Now up to bat is Georgie Smutzer, as that's a big swing and a miss from Smutzer there.
Is that too much?
Yeah, zoom out.
Can you zoom out on there?
No, not right now, you can't. Keep going. Keep going. That's going to be a strikeout there. Smutzer strikes out. So 2 outs here.
Now batting number 2, center fielder Regan Lau.
That brings up center fielder Regan Lau. Oh, on the count. That one's popped up, and it will fall. So Regan Lau, is going to have a single as that one falls. 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Batting number 14, the designated player, Kylie Frischman.
That brings up Kylie Frischman, designated player. That's a swing and a miss for strike number 1. And a runner at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Royals lead 5-2. That's down the middle for strike number 2. Tried to get Lau out at first, not quite in time. So 0-2 the count to Frischman. That one's high, but a big swing and a miss. And that'll be out number 3 here in the top of the 6th. We'll take another quick break and be right back with the bottom of the 6th right after this.
Roof Tech LLC specializes in commercial roof coatings and spray foam. Roof Tech also services the entire state of Wisconsin. That's right, from La Crosse to Milwaukee, Eau Claire to Green Bay, Superior, Marshfield, Kenosha, Madison, Sheboygan, and everywhere in between. Roof Tech uses superior systems that can fully restore just about any roof in Wisconsin. Roof Tech is offering modern solutions for your roof's data dilemmas. See Roof Tech online at rooftechllc.com or Roof Tech LLC on Facebook. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauernfeind Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Now batting number
Welcome
8,
back,
center fielder
everybody, as
Lydia
we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. Royals up to bat, as it'll be center fielder Lydia Smits as first pitch is a strike. So 0 the count to Smits. That one's high and away for ball 1. It's still Ashlyn Grimm out on the mound for the Eagles. That's a big swing and a miss from Smits. Smits has struck out and reached on an error in their first 2 at-bats. That one is popped up out into right field, fouled off. The count stays at 1-2 to Lydia Smits. No outs, nobody on. Smits, 1-2 the count. That one's high for ball 2. And that one is popped out into the infield, and that'll be an easy out for out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
Now batting number 3, catcher Kristen Casey.
And that brings us back to the top of the order with catcher Kristen Casey. Casey has doubled, grounded out, and popped out here tonight. That one's low for ball 1. Low and in the dirt for ball number 2 there. 2-0 the count now to Kristen Casey. That one's low and away for ball 3. So Grimm with some work to do. The first 3 pitches being 3 balls. That one's outside for ball number 4, and Casey will take her base. And that'll bring up shortstop Sammy Nelson.
Now batting number 1, shortstop Sammy Nelson.
Sammy Nelson wearing number 1 for the Royals. As that one's grounded and will get through the infield for a double, it'll look like. Runner tries to get to third, and she will get there. So Sammy Nelson with the double that sends Kristen Casey over to third. So runners at second and third now for the Royals.
Second baseman Kendall Schmidt.
Runners at second and third with Kendall Schmidt, the second baseman, coming up to bat. Schmidt has struck out and grounded out in her first 2 at-bats. And 1 down here, runners at second and third, as that one's bunted down but fouled back. So 0-1 the count to Kendall Schmidt. As she pulls the bunt attempt back, and that'll be ball 1-1 the count to Kendall And Grimm on the mound. That's inside, and runner's going to come home. Runner's going to get home, and Pat throws awry, so 2 runs are going to score for the Royals on a wild throw back to home from Cunninger. Grimm not able to corral it at home. That's going to bring 2 runs in for the Royals. It's Casey coming home, and it's Nelson coming home to make it 7-2. Royals lead. 1-1 the count to Schmidt. That one's high for ball 2. That's a big swing and a miss from Kendall Schmidt there. Evens up the count at 2-2. So the Royals starting to pull away here in the 6th. As that one shot out the third base line, and they'll say it's fair? No, they'll say foul. They'll say foul. A well hit ball over there, but just foul for Kendall Schmidt. So 2-2 the count to Kendall Schmidt. That one's grounded over to second base, and Schmidt will be out at first. So that'll bring up right fielder number 6, Sadie Galbraith. Galbraith has singled and grounded out in her first 2 at-bats. That one's high and away for ball 1. That one swung on and fouled off over by right field. Evens up the count at 1-1 to Galbraith. Ashlyn Grimm on the mound for the Eagles. That one's grounded over to second base and through the glove of Georgie Smunzer. That'll be a reach on an error for Galbraith. So 2 down for Ava Schill, the catcher, up to bat now. This pitch 1 is a ball to Schill. Schill has doubled, singled, and walked here in this one. That one's low and away for ball 2. Galbraith thinking about stealing over there at first. He's thinking about creeping over, thinking about stealing second. As that one's grounded over through center field and through the glove. As Schill's going to have another double. So Schill doubles, sends Galbraith to third. So runners at second and third for the third baseman, Malia Colo, number 12, up to bat again for the Royals. She's grounded out, walked, and doubled here in this one. As she shoots that one out into center field, and she'll have a hit. So a base hit for Colo. Base hit for Colo that brings in 2 runs. It brings in Galbraith, and it brings in Schill. So the Royals running it up here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-2. Royals lead. They've put up 4 runs here in the 6th inning. That one's high for ball 1. And a throw, a check. Colo over at first. Colo safe. Now Abby Berard. Berard, the left fielder, up to bat. And checking in over at Whitterfield with Auburndale Assumption. Auburndale up 10-0 in the bottom of the 5th. against Assumption over at Whitterfield for baseball. That one's popped up and fouled back for strike one to Berard. 2-1 the count to Abby Berard. That one's high for ball 3 to Berard. Again, these teams, that one swung on and popped up and out. So Berard, that is out number 3, but the Royals put on 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th, and the Eagles will have their last chance to tie this one here in the top of the 7th right after this.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Hello everybody and welcome back as we get set to start the top of the 7th inning. But first we'll hear from our friends over at Awards and More. Awards and More is your one-stop location for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards and More is also the proud sponsor of the Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Visit Awards and More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order. And leading off for the Eagles to try to start this 7-run inning, the Eagles hope to have is Kimmy Lundgren.
Batting number 17,
First baseman Kimmy Lundgren. His first pitch is a strike. As that one's grounded up through center field. That'll get through. So Lundgren starts it off with a base hit. Great start for the Eagles. And that takes us back to the top of the order with left fielder number 5, Sam Stanton. That one's high and away for ball 1. Ava Schill still on the mound for the Royals. That one's popped out and fouled off. So 1-1 the count to Stanton. That one's way outside and past the catcher there, so Lundgren's going to easily reach over to second. And that puts the count at 2-1 to Sam Stanton. That one's high for ball 3. Stanton thought it was ball 4, but not quite. Comes back, gets set to go. So 3-1 the count to Stanton. That's low, and that'll be ball 4. So Stanton takes her base, and the Eagles, their first 2 batters have 2 on. And that brings up pitcher number 7, Ashlyn Grimm, who's having a quick meeting with head coach of the Eagles, Coach Schulte. And as both teams have a quick meeting of their own, now we're back and set to go. Ashlyn Grimm up to bat. Grimm has popped out her last 2 at-bats. That one's right down the middle for strike 1. Oh, 1 the count. And that one's grounded over to shortstop. Now the out at third, and it'll just be the out at third. So Lundgren is out trying to get to third. And Grimm is going to reach first on a fielder's choice. And Stanton is going to head over to second. So runners at first and second, and that brings up catcher Caitlin Cunninger. Cunninger had a single and a double her last 2 at-bats. First pitch is a ball to Cunninger. That one's high and outside for ball 2. As that one is slapped out into center field and right to the center fielder and out. So Cunninger gets a good bat on it there, but right to the center fielder for out number 2. And that brings up third baseman number 18, Faith Haferman. He popped out and grounded out her last 2 at-bats. So Stanton and Grimm at first and second. A big swing and a miss from Haferman there. Oh, 1 the count. That one's popped out into center field, and that will be out number 3, so that'll do it. In the battle of the undefeated teams, the Assumption Royals come out victorious, winning 9-2. And with that, we will take a quick break and be right back with your Nasonville Dairy post-game show right after this here on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back, everybody. As we just witnessed, the Assumption Royals take down the Auburndale Eagles. So in the battle of the undefeated teams, the Royals come out on top. That places them alone at the top of the Marywood South Conference and improves the Royals to 8-0 overall, 3-0 in conference play, and it drops the Eagles to 5-1, 2-1 in conference play. But these two teams will meet again on Thursday. This one's going to be in Auburndale. So the two teams will meet again in this series, and things can change there. But as of right now, the Assumption Royals sit atop the Marywood South Conference. And be sure to check out the highlights of today's game on the Zaleski Sports Facebook page as well. We'll be talking to Coach as well as Ava Schill with this one. Those interviews will be on the highlights tonight. And just a reminder, this is your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to nasonvilledairy.com. And we will be interviewing Schill as she had 3 hits tonight, 2 doubles and a single. Colo also with 2 hits tonight. Galbraith with a hit herself. And Nelson with a couple hits as well for the Royals. And that has been your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy has fresh cheese curds made daily. Be sure to go to nasonvilledairy.com. And with that, my name is Cale Jacoby alongside Alex Jacoby doing the production for us tonight. And with that, we'll say good night and invite you guys to join us next time here on Zaleski